Hey guys, good morning. Um, I just woke up like 10 minutes ago or 15 minutes ago. It's 12:01. So I slept for like 12 hours, which is crazy. Um, I feel really good though. Like I woke up and I feel like really good. Um, so I think I just needed the extra sleep. Okay. So, um I decided that I'm actually going to write down um and work on with you guys the uh the stuff I was talking about last night. I'm just gonna work through it in real time so that then you guys can see my process. Similar to what I did a couple days ago with the writing down the fears and desires and all of that stuff. So I think first things first, I'm gonna do the loose but rigid schedule in the morning for when I wake up. That way, then I I have like a foundational base, and then from there, I can I can work on the food stuff, which I don't think I'm gonna do the food stuff with you guys because you're not gonna see, like, at least when I'm writing stuff down, I'll be talking through things and writing it down. With the food being on chronometer, like I could share screen on chronometer and talk about do the whole thing. I just don't know if that's going to be interesting enough. Uh yeah, I don't really see that being like that's going to take a long time, and hmm, I mean I could hmm I'll think about it. Let me first do this part. So on waking up, what's the first and most important thing that will set my whole day up? And that is 100% a shower. So if I want to have a really good set day, taking a shower is the first thing I should do. Which, I'm not doing that today. I'm doing this first and then I'm going to take a shower. But it's still going to be the second thing. Um, so after the shower, um, hmm, I'm kind of torn between doing this recording and doing something else first. I just don't know what that other thing. Probably. Okay. Shower. Getting out of the shower. It's setting up my mind and my body to be like in a state to be able to do things. Right after the shower, doing a meditation. And I'll do the meditation for, I want to say 30 minutes, but I'm not going to do specifics. I'm just going to say I will meditate, whether it be 5 minutes or 50 minutes. Being loose within the rigid kind of structure I'm making. And then again, the thing is, these don't have to be in the correct order either, as long as I do them. So I'm putting them in an order, but I can fall back on just doing them in the order. But it's okay for them not to be in the whatever order. So, okay, so shower, meditation. Um, hmm. So after the meditation, I want to do practice, energy practice. I don't know what that's going to look like because I'm not sure if I'm going to film it or if I'm going to do it without the filming. Part of me wants to film it, but I know that it's not, I don't think it should be a part of the daily stuff that I do on here. I think it should be a separate video, and I'll just name it like energy practice or meditation or something. Because number one, I think with a lot of these like daily vlog stuff, I don't think that anything that I want to do that's not me talking about the day and doing, the walks and everything, I don't think should be in the daily vlog. I think if there's anything else that I want to film, it should be separate content. So I'm going to write energy practice. I'll put in parentheses film or not. Separate video. Okay. After I do those two things, I think then I do the morning vlog. Because that kind of caps off the first little bit of stuff that signify I'm having a solid foundation of a day. And then from there, I think if I'm gonna do a walk, it probably should be after this. So what I think I might do is morning vlog if no walk. And then what I mean by that is no big trail. Because if I'm going to do a trail, I think after I do these things, going out and doing the trail and then filming the trail, that'll be my morning vlog. So in a sense, it'll be the morning vlog either way. Hike with vlog / chill walk. So what I mean by that is there's two scenarios. There's it is a hike day, and so I will film the whole hike, and that'll be my morning vlog. Or the it'll be a day where I'm going to do a walk that isn't a hike. And it may just be like, maybe I'm going to walk around in a mall, or I'm going to walk, God forbid, on a treadmill. Like, I really hate treadmills, but like, whatever it is, it could be like just walking outside around like the block or whatever. So that's how I'm thinking, like, I'll do a walk every day, but the distance traveled will be lower on the days. Yeah, the distance traveled will be lower on the days that I'm not actually hiking. I'll do /gym because doing the gym, so here's kind of my like thoughts in my head. If I do Monday, Wednesday, Friday gym, and then Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday walk, and then Sunday as the rest day, along with the what's it called? Doing all the videos for the next week. So originally it was like, okay, it could be Saturday, but Saturday is kind of like the end of the week. And so if I do everything at the start of the week on Sunday, I think that maybe that's feels a little bit better. So I guess hiking Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and then walking along with gym. Like, I say walking, but the gym could be like any activity. So going to the gym, doing the weightlifting, and then if there's anything that I have that I want to do activity wise, it could be like, racquetball or basketball or whatever, right? And it could just be walking. But again, I don't want to walk too much, and I don't want to, because I want to give my legs a rest period in between hikes. So Sunday will just make sure that Sunday is the day that I don't have to do anything other than just okay. So I'll put in parentheses Monday, Wednesday, Friday, gym, and then Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday will be hike. And this is loose. Like, again, I'm going to try to keep it structured for the first little bit, and then kind of keep it like structured but loose. So if something happens and I can't do it on Monday, I just shift everything over a day and it'll be fine. But yeah. So I think that'll be good. And then Sunday will be work on vlogs / other videos. Okay. I think that's a consistent loop. And then let's see. I mean, that's already like, I think that is like a really good core, because that's taking care of the physical, it's taking care of the vlog stuff, that's also taking care of the meditation, the practice that I want to do. So really, all that's left is a question of, do I want to write it all? Because I haven't really been writing. I'm not sure. So because I'm not sure, I think the answer is no for now. I think this will be fine. And this, like, I'm just counting here. Like, this could potentially be like 2. Like, the hike could be up to upwards of 2 hours, depending on how far I go. So the hike is 2, 3, 3.5, 4. It's like 4. It's like 4-ish hours that I've blocked out with just that stuff. Which, you know, that's effectively, you know, you have 8 hours for sleep and then 4 hours blocked out. That's 12 out of the 24 hours you have in a day. And in waking, that really is a quarter of my waking time, that I'll be doing this. And then on Sunday, like, that could be a 5-hour thing. So, yeah. So I think actually that is a solid amount where I'm not taking up my whole day doing everything, but I am blocking off the morning for my body, my mind, and for the things that I want to continuously do throughout the week. Now, the big thing is, aside from that, blocking out the food. So I can do the basics. I think, so what I think I've decided is I'm going to talk the basics with you guys on the overarching goal without doing the specifics. Because so what I know is, in order for me personally to have So I'm going to flip this over to a new page. In order for me to have a successful food day, a couple things need to take place. So number one, I need around 140 grams of protein. And the reason for this is because my ideal weight is around 185 to 200. So on that, like, on that 185 to 200, I did the math, and I want to be at about 0.7 grams of protein per pound of lean muscle, lean structural mass. And that lean structural mass is between 185 and 200. I'm not sure on where I'll land when I eventually get there, but like here, I'll do the math so you guys can hear. Okay, so let's say I'm at 200. Oh, here. 140 divided by 200 is 0.7 exactly. So assuming that 200 is my ideal body weight, which it could be, because when I was 185, I was a fucking twig. I did have a lot of muscle, but I was like I was like, I don't know. I didn't have very much fat there. And then when I was 150, I was like a beanpole. It was crazy. But anyway, so number one goal, 140 grams of protein. If I can fit that into my schedule on food, obviously leaner protein would be better, but you do need fat in order to absorb the protein properly. So I'm not too worried about like getting super lean meats or any of that stuff. Now what I will say is the quality of the protein also is important. So that's something to keep in mind. Okay. So 140 grams of protein. First meal of day equals veg. Base. So I want to get most of my vegetables in the first meal of the day. That's always sets me up for a really good rest of the day. It also lines my stomach with the vegetables in order to slow the absorption of the other, like if I eat anything that has starches or whatnot in the first meal, it slows down that absorption. So that's really important. It also reduces like glucose spikes and all of that stuff. So those are the two bases. Third, I want to make sure that I want to eat 2 meals. 2 meals within 8 hours of each other. Okay. So first meal at, as an example, 12, and then second meal at 8. That way, I give myself 4 hours of no eating on the last meal. I like a 2 meal system. Maybe have a snack in between, but having a 2 meal system really helps. My body got really used to that when I was doing stuff earlier. Um, sure, occasionally I would like have something in between, or something would slot in there, but like 2 meals, as long as they're dense with nutrients, that's gonna help a lot. Um, Also, the latter meal in the day is gonna be the one that I'm gonna be more have more wiggle room with, because um, the first meal I'm going to make sure has like so much of my vitamins, minerals, and all of that stuff that even if the second meal isn't as healthy, it'll still be fine. Um, so that's kind of the goal. So I'm going to put first meal, veg base, parentheses, most of vit/min. Okay. Um, do. Okay. Aside from this, I think my calorie total, my goal is around 2,000 calories. So 2,000. Because on a 2,000 calorie goal, I do lose weight by doing walks. If I go to the gym and then I do my hiking, I will be losing weight with that as the base. Because about 2,000, what I've noticed is about 2,000 calories is my like, I won't. It's my tipping point that I've found, where if I don't eat any more than that, then I will either stay the same weight or I'll lose a little bit. Sometimes I'll lose a little bit even without doing any major exercise. But I will say, like, doing the major exercise is important. So, okay. So I got my protein figured out. First meal of the day, base vegetable. 2 meals within 8 hours. Again, the reason I'm doing 2 meals within 8 hours is so that I can have a 16-hour window of fasting. And doing that allows for my my body to do recovery and maintenance and all of that stuff, cellular regeneration and all of that. So making sure that I make it an 8-hour food window will allow for all of that to take place. Because a lot of the time, our stomach has to go through all the digestion stuff, and so all of our resources are being spent on digestion. And once a certain threshold hits on fasting, that's when your body switches to the regeneration and like um kind of like recovery and all of that stuff. So that 8 hour helped a lot. And you can see how I'm not doing specific food yet. I'm just doing what my goals are for the individual like sections. So it's like, okay, well, protein's going to be important for me because I'm going to be working out a lot. So staying on top of the protein, that's an important goal for me. Another one is like the vegetable base for lining my stomach in the morning. You know, the fasting, and then like figuring out a calorie count approximation. I'm not going to be super strict on it, but I want to have a general overview for, okay, my first meal of the day, I get approximately X calories with X nutritional profile, and then I will know what I need to focus on for my second meal of the day. And assuming that it's going to be something that's variable, knowing, okay, I have, as an example, I have 1,000 calories to play with in the evening. So whatever meal I eat shouldn't be more than 1,000 calories. And most meals, you know, it's pretty easy to figure out what your calorie count is. So, especially even if you're eating out, like they have like calorie counts on the menu or whatever, and you can kind of get a good sense for like, okay, I'm gonna be eating at, okay, we'll say an example like Outback. Okay, maybe I decided I was gonna get a steak, and it's like, okay, if you're getting a steak, steaks are pretty calorie dense, so you need to understand that you can't get like a fucking giant ass steak and then a giant ass like set of sides and then whatever, because that might be 2,000 calories by itself. So yeah. And also this is gonna vary from place to place, so what I eat will be different across the board. So yeah. What's left? I think what I will do, I'm gonna put AG1 in parentheses in case I need gap filling. Now what I mean by that is I have the AG1 pouches and I have the little blender that I got. So if I feel as though I have missed some key core stuff throughout the day or whatever, what I can do is blend an AG1 thing in the morning and drink that along with the other food. And that'll allow for me, it's not going to be a daily thing. It's going to be a as needed as I feel like maybe I need something. And maybe just, once or twice a week to do it. That way then I can kind of cover bases. And again, it all depends on what I'm going to be doing with Chronometer. Now I want to I want to pull up chronometer. So I guess I'll do a little bit with you guys with the chronometer. There we go. Log in. Okay. I'm going to go to diary. I haven't used this in a couple months. I'm just trying to look through what I was doing. Yeah, I was always low on. Okay. Copy to today. Do I want any of this other stuff? Okay. So I'm gonna go back to June. Okay. So I'm gonna explode recipe. So we got peas, broccoli, green beans, carrots, mushrooms, bell peppers. I do love my water chestnut. A little bit of onion, spinach. Okay. I'm going to remove the tofu because I'm not sure what my protein's going to look like. So, if I just do the veg, it's the bag of veg that I get from Costco. The bag of veg is 282 calories. I get vitamin A, C, K, all my copper for the day. And then I get a smattering of minerals. On average, I get between 25 and 50% of basically all the base minerals I want. Vitamin wise, I get about half of my vitamins for the day. I get some folate. I get all the vitamin K, C, and A that I need. I don't get any B12, but again, I'm going to be adding a protein in here. So it looks like if I add, we'll do chicken. Chicken thigh skin eaten. Okay. We'll say medium thigh. We'll do 2 thighs. Add to diary. So if I do that, I get all my iron pretty much immediately from two thighs. What am I low on here? Wow, it doesn't give me that much B12. Huh. Okay, interesting. I guess chicken thigh is not what you think of when you think B12. So I guess that makes sense. So 2 chicken thighs. It gives me 45 grams of protein. About half my zinc for the day. Half my selenium. Phosphorus is at 38%. Decent amount of iron. Well, not that much. B3. B6. Some B12, but not that much. It's about 380 calories. So it's honestly, like, that's not bad at all. I understand why chicken is kind of a thing that a lot of people kind of go to for meats. Let me see, what does tofu look like? Tofu. Add. I'm kind of just curious at this point to compare these two. So tofu has 377 calories. I get, wow, tofu and chicken are like almost spot on with calorie versus protein. They're like 4 calories off from each other. Tofu brings a lot of calcium, a lot of copper, a lot of iron, a lot of magnesium, all my selenium. Wow. Okay. If I did the two together, what does this look like? Well, tofu and chicken together, they cover a lot. With the veg, 83% of all the targets are taken care of by just this morning kind of thing, and that's at 1,042 calories. Now, this is a heavy meal, though. If I do tofu and chicken, but it literally gets, so I'm looking at my protein markers, it literally gets every protein marker aside from cysteine. Cysteine's at 76%. Protein's at 106 with just this meal. I'll have to try it and see if I can do this, or if I get too full from it. But so potassium, magnesium, and salt. I mean, salt, I'm at 900 already for the day. So the big things that I'm missing: B1, B12, D, E, and folate. And then, a little bit of magnesium, a little bit more potassium, and then sodium will work itself out. I'm not too worried about the salt. Okay. And then let me check antioxidants. Yeah, I don't have any lycopene. Tomato sauce. Pastas. I mean, lycopene's always been something I've struggled with. Bone. Metabolic. Choline. Yeah. I mean, choline's at 71%, so that's not bad. Okay. So, if I do this morning meal where I do chicken thighs, tofu, and vegetables, that together does like most of what I need throughout the day. So that's a pretty good staple. And to be fair, it's one block of tofu along with 2 chicken thighs. So I don't know if I'm going to feel over full eating all of that. We'll have to see. Again, I'll just have to test it and see. Okay, so vitamin D. Vitamin D is fish. Vitamin E is red peppers, spinach, and almonds. Folate is greens. I can also do liver. Lamb, beef, and other meats for B12. And then seafood. Whole grains, potatoes for B1. Moderate amounts in all whole foods. So theoretically, I don't have to worry too much about B1. Same with salt. Potassium. Meats. Okay. Magnesium is leafy greens. Beet greens. Spinach. Okay. How am I doing? Omega-3 to omega-6 ratio is great. So that's good. Cool. Okay, so what if I did cod liver? Oh my god, what the heck? Okay, I don't remember how many ounces of cod liver are in the little cans. I'm gonna say it's like 2, maybe. I'm just like, for the moment, I don't actually know. We'll have to see. I'll have to go down and check. So what I might actually do, yeah, okay, I can do this. I can pause, go down, get it, and then come back. So I'm gonna pause real quick. All right, I am unpaused. So this is the cod liver that I get. So it is 330 calories for the whole thing. There's a California warning about potentially being exposed to cadmium and cadmium compounds. Okay. Okay. Okay, so this is almost 1,000 calories. That's insane. I did not know that. um, because this is actually. Is that even. Okay. Serving size in grams is 63. Okay, there's something wrong with a third a can, which is 63 grams, is 330 calories. So it's 990 calories. 990. Okay. Oh my god. Okay. Well, this is not helping at all. Cod liver. Tepican. The nutrient profile for this is so bad. Vitamin D, calcium, iron, potassium. Wow. Huh. I don't know why I thought cod liver was just better for you than this, which is crazy. Wow. Okay. Well, just kidding. I'm not doing cod liver anymore. uh, it can be a nice little treat, but it's not. Yeah. Wow. Goodness. That is. I mean, see, this is why we do this, because I always thought that cod liver was really good for you, and so that's why I would eat it once a week. But holy crap, it's like that's insane. Um, okay, well, um, what if I did smoked salmon? Um, I gotta remember. Costco smoked salmon. There we go. Kirkland. 12 ounces each. If I split this up and I do 6 ounces, 6 ounces, it's 200 calories, which is insane, by the way, how low the calories are for salmon. Okay. just want to make sure that that's right on the package as well. Browse as guest. I want to see the back. There we go. Zoom in, motherfucker. Zoom in. 4 servings. Yeah, that sounds about right. Okay. Because the whole thing can be about 40 or 440 calories for the whole 12-ounce pack. Okay, so smoked salmon. What do you get from this? Okay. So you get, I mean, there's a fuckload of sodium in it. You get all your B12. $31 grams of protein. B3. Okay, so let's see. What does this actually look like on the chart? Still missing vitamin D. How much vitamin D does salmon give? I don't know why I'm looking over here when I can drag it over right in front of me. So at least it looks like I'm looking at you guys a little bit more. Okay, so... Man, it only gives 13% of your vitamin D. I mean, it gives like 31 grams of protein, which is pretty good. The problem is I don't want to eat salmon every day. I wonder if there's a way I can fit egg yolks, sardines. Sardines canned in water. 1 can. Add. Let's do the math here. You get your B12. You get 26% of your vitamin D. A lot of selenium. You get phosphorus. 21 grams of protein for 160. Delete this. Copy, delete. Okay. So, yeah, vitamin D just gets fucked. Do I want to be eating a can of sardines every day? I don't think that it's safe for me to consume sardines every day. It's kind of the issue. Well, okay, here, let me, when I'm not sure, I'm looking. There's a r/canned sardines. What? Oh my gosh. Ah, it did the thing. Okay, well, I'm not going to stop the recording. Instead, I'm going to deactivate and activate. I don't know why it'll do this. I don't know where I stopped at, but I'm just going to keep chugging through. So my face got fucked for a little bit. Sorry about that, guys. But the audio still should have been working, even though the camera fucking broke. Alright. I just need to pay attention to make sure that the camera doesn't do that again. It's like 70. I don't know. Is it like overheating? I'm not sure why it's doing that. Alright. So. And. So there is an r/canned sardines. This guy, fuck the haters, dude. Fuck the haters. Kidney stones. So this guy was traumatized because his dad had kidney stones. Drink enough water. Sorry, I'm just reading. You know, people are talking about like, oh, like how do you get enough protein for the day, and you know, I'm being careful. I don't want to do too much protein because too much protein is not good. It can you can get a lot of really negative health things. However, this canned sardines is actually not a bad idea. It's low in calories, high in protein. Okay, what's the main thing I'm getting from this? I'm getting my B12 for the day, which is big. The heavy metals would be lower because it is lower on the food chain. Just looking. Calcium, zinc, a little bit of zinc there. Vitamin D. I mean, it does give me a lot of vitamin D. Um, wow. Sardines is like 26% of my vitamin D, and that's the only thing giving me vitamin D, which is crazy. Okay. Well, that puts me at 127 grams of protein if I just add sardines, which is insane. Um, folate. Where do I get folate from? Is there anything I'm really over on? Omega 6 to 3 ratio is fine. I'm a little skewed on the copper. Copper to zinc ratio. I need more zinc, is what it's telling me. Potassium to sodium. Well, I haven't finished that, but I think I need more potassium. Calcium to magnesium. Magnesium. Well, I think the magnesium... Oh, yeah, where am I going to get this from? Leafy greens. Do I need more spinach? Maybe. How much spinach am I adding right now? Half a cup? If I do a full cup of spinach. And that solves a lot. So I need B1, D, E, B1, D, E, and then there's potassium and sodium that will kind of get balanced with whatever my last meal is. Antioxidants, I mean, it's just the lycopene. So really it's D. How am I not getting enough fiber for the day? What? I mean, I could do the cereal as my... Sardines could be a snack. I mean, I really could just pop some sardines in midway through the day. So if I do that... Okay, I'm at 1,200 calories, so that means 800, about 800 for the last meal, which is pretty good, honestly. So really, it's the veg, the steamed veg, plus tofu and chicken as my base, and then sardines, and then really, like, I'm 9 grams of protein away from having my protein goal. I don't even know if I need AG1 with this, because I really am just hitting everything, aside from lycopene. Lycopene is just like... Lycopene cannot be used to make vitamin A, but has health benefits as an antioxidant. Heating foods makes lycopene easier to absorb, and so products like tomato sauce, tomato paste, and pasta sauces have a lot of lycopene. Okay. I mean, I was always missing lycopene. I'm just like, I don't even know if I can really. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't really worried about it, and it hasn't been a big deal. I could eat like a fuckload of watermelon to get it, but I'm just like, okay. So, yeah, it's vitamin D and potassium. Vitamin D. I mean, obviously, I'll get vitamin D from literally the sun, from just being outside. I'm going to be doing a lot of walking and a lot of being outside. So, honestly, I'm probably okay vitamin D wise, assuming that I'm walking outside in like decent weather. Especially with like travel, I don't think that's going to be an issue. Um, so really, two chicken thighs, a can of sardines, a medley of vegetables, and tofu, all mixed together. Well, not all mixed together, but like, those that gets me most of the way. And then if I have fucking whatever for the last set of calories, I think that's fine, because I'm not like vitamin E is seed oils, vegetable oils. Um so I know I'm going to get that, like especially if I eat out or whatever. Like seed oils get used for cooking a lot. Um B1, I mean, it says moderate amount in all whole foods. So I think I'll probably be fine on B1. Uh, so really, it's the potassium and sodium, but I think also I'm going to be fine on potassium and sodium based on the fact that salt is used to kind of flavor food. Salt's usually the thing you don't need to worry about. Aside from if you're doing like really long hikes and stuff like that, that's a totally different story. But okay, so yeah, I think this is the base. Well, so I guess you guys sat through the whole thing. And this is kind of this may seem a little bit over over engineered and over analyzed, but once you kind of get wrap your head around kind of the vitamins and minerals you're trying to look for, it doesn't have to be Chronometer. It can be any kind of app or thing that you can use to calculate all of your macros, and figuring out a base where it's like, okay, my base is a bunch of vegetables, specifically like peas, broccoli, green beans, carrots, mushrooms, red peppers. Water chestnut is just something this is, it's in the vegetable medley. Onions and spinach thrown all together with some soy sauce and then steamed. Boom, done. You can't steam peas, but the peas in the pod, they just get thrown in with the green beans and everything else, and they get steamed. But yeah, like you could easily do this as a stir fry. And you could throw some soy sauce in, and boom, now you have a stir fry. So this is a very easy meal to do, regardless of where you're at. As long as you have access to a cooking pot of some kind, or in the case of if you're in a different country, maybe depending on where you're staying, you might actually just have like an easier time just eating out. And this is a really easy like vegetable stir fry you can get. So that's my thought process on it. Is like vegetables are pretty much like you can pretty much get vegetables everywhere. And then I don't know about the tofu. I feel like tofu blocks you could probably get everywhere, but I don't know. But chicken is pretty much notoriously like I feel like everywhere has chicken. The canned sardines should be pretty easy to get as well. So it's like this is a very easy way for me to get like, here I'll just say 90% of all targets. Now, fiber is the thing that I'm the least high on that's left, which is actually kind of funny. That and vitamin D. But you know, I think that gets filled in with whatever I eat as the second meal. So yeah, I guess I'm gonna try this out and see what happens. So I need to go. Well, first I need to take a shower. Then I need to do. I guess I'll go get chicken breast and sardines, and then. Man, it's so. I'm just so sad about the. What's it called? The cod liver. Like I thought cod liver was way healthier for you. Turns out, not as healthy as I thought. It's very delicious, but I mean, you know, maybe there's something in cod liver that I don't know that I missed or whatever. But yeah, so I guess, you know, I worked through the food stuff. So yeah, I guess I'm gonna go do my stuff, and here I'm gonna go back to the. Oh, I guess it's funny. Yeah, so I'm gonna go shower. I'll do some meditation. I already did the morning vlog. It's Sunday, so I'm gonna be working on getting all the videos figured out. But I'll do that after I eat, because I'm pretty hungry already, and it's 1:30 almost. So anyway, I guess I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Hello. It is 10:16, and I am currently on the second video for the week. Just on the I haven't even done much editing. If anything, I just kind of threw it all together. Fucked up. Made it a MOV video instead of an MP4 video. Totally wasted 2.5 hours. I was like, oh fuck. And now I'm. So here, let me look. The video I just finished is 89 gigs for 2 hours and 13 minutes, which is great. That's what I want. Quality looked fine. So I have, in fact, figured out the secret sauce, as it were, that's going to work. The problem is it takes like an hour or 2 hours to render this all and convert it into that format. So I didn't realize it was going to take that long. And because I fucked up, I started rendering at like 4. The first render was done at 6. Then the second render was done at 8, approximately. And then I started this render when I came back because I went to the store. And I started this at like 8:30. It's like I'm only 11% in. It's like, past 10. This is gonna take. It says it's gonna take another hour and 50 minutes. So I won't have this rendered until 10, and that's the second video. So what is? Oh, right. The reason I didn't start this earlier was because it took me 3 hours to move everything over from my camera to the current what's it called? Like to my computer so I could actually start working with the files. So the long and the short of it, I've learned 2 things. Number 1, I probably should upload the camera more often throughout the week. Like maybe at the end of the day I just upload what I have or something. Because that was a lot of data. Number 2, I should start rendering like early in the day so that then I can get it all done in one day. And number 3, after each render, I want to throw it and start having it uploaded on YouTube. So it's like I've realized coming next week that I really do need to spend like, because so the thing is, a lot of the rendering, like I'm not actually doing much of anything when it's just rendering. Once the video is all set up, sorry about that. I, I genuinely don't understand why the camera does that. I don't know. Like I'll figure something out, I guess. I'm not sure. But anyway, maybe it's that it's like too warm or something. I don't know. So what I was saying, yeah, I just like, it's kind of like most of it is me being AFK while the computer does its thing, while it's uploading, while it's doing all the stuff. So yeah. Now I also realize rendering this on this beefy computer is taking 2 hours. Hello? Bro, I don't understand. It was like OBS lagged or something. Maybe it's because I'm rendering right now and it's taking up a lot of like processing power or something. Anyway, long story short, I'm gonna have to test on my laptop to see how long it's gonna take to render stuff on the laptop. So yeah, maybe I'll have to spend like, fuck, I don't know. I don't know what it's gonna. Okay, this is totally, I think this is an OBS thing. It just lagged again, and my microphone stops at like, it's frustrating. Okay, I'm gonna go because like I have a lot of rendering I have to do. We'll talk more later about it, but yeah, long story short, I'm gonna make sure to figure out a way to get it all rendered properly. So, anyway, have a good night. I'll talk to you all tomorrow. Bye.